One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a largemouth, smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a walleye, sawguy, maybe even a red eye. If you ever catch one, then you'll know why. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a catfish, fatfish, or any other kind of fish. If I only had one last wish, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Yes, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish.
This time on One Big Fish, we're going to the great state of Kentucky, to the houseboating capital of the world, Lake Cumberland. And you know, Lake Cumberland is home to the mighty striped bass. They've also got some pretty big walleye and smallmouth too, but we're going to see if we can't get some of these striped bass to cooperate by courtesy of the world famous guide, Captain Jim Durham with Striper Fun Guide Service. My co-host, Captain Craig Weaver, all the way from Santee, South Carolina, is going to join me, and we're going to see if we can't live bait or use umbrella rigs to talk some of these post-spawn stripers into the boat. So stay tuned. We're going to head out. We're going to meet Bill over at the State Dock, which is the largest marina on Lake Cumberland and has some of the most beautiful houseboats available, to find out what some of the opportunities are for you and your family if you decide to come here to Lake Cumberland.
Welcome to Lake Cumberland. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about a few things to see and do while you're here with us at State Dock. We're here today on one of our beautiful houseboats. This one is 5 bedrooms. It's like a floating condo. This one's 5 bedrooms, has a hot tub, a grill, stainless steel appliances, a tube slide off of the back, anything you could want for a vacation in a resort type setting. State Dock has the largest fleet of rental houseboats in the country. There's something from everyone. There's small boats, which we call small, or 4 bedrooms still. Everything has air conditioning, generator, home style appliances, up to our Mega Cat, which has 8 bedrooms, a 2-story tube slide, every amenity you can think of, including satellite tracking television, Sirius radio, 15-person hot tubs with swim-up bars. There's just something for everyone in every size group. We attract, we have a lot of church groups, we have a lot of families. It's a great vacation for families. With the grandparents, the kids, the grandkids, there's something for everybody. It's one of those vacations where you're forced to talk to each other and interact, and we just get letter after letter saying what a wonderful vacation, this is the best vacation we've ever had. But just come on down, there's something for everyone, any price range, and you will not be disappointed. In addition to our large fleet of rental houseboats, we also offer ski boats. They're brand new Bryants we replace every year. Wonderful boats, great for a day on the water doing water sports or just cruising. We have double-decker pontoon boats which have a slide off the back and seating for, they can handle 15 people or more easily, and full shade underneath. And then we have just our economy pontoons. So there's something for everyone to get on the water and enjoy this beautiful lake. If you get hungry while you're out there playing, Chubb's Restaurant's open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Has a great menu and grill items. We have an incredible ship store at State Dock with everything that you could need to supplement your vacation. We've got fishing license, grocery items, fishing tackle, bait, cold drinks, batteries, anything that you could think of that you need. Life jackets, have a breakdown on your boat. We've got all kinds of boating supplies. And in addition, we have a parts department that helps service our rental fleet. So if there's any kind of boat and motor parts that you might need, it's like Napa on water for boats. In addition to the things you need for your vacation, there's an incredible selection of things that you're just going to want to take home. We have hats, eyewear, shirts, bathing suits, shoes, and a great selection of things to commemorate your vacation. We have a great event at State Dock almost every weekend. One I'm really excited about this year is the first annual Guinness World Record Raft Up. We're going for a total of over 1,400 boats all tied together at one time. It's a lake-wide event. Anybody can come, and we're going to have a party barge. The State Dock has 2 party barges. We're going to have bands out in the middle of it. It's going to be a great time, and I just can't imagine the party that's going to happen with 1,400 boats tied together. Every year in June is our Blues, Boats, and Barbecue Festival. This year it's a Friday-Saturday event with 4 bands playing each night. Some of them have won National Blues Awards. We've got Fat Man's Barbecue, which is just delicious. Set up on the dock, cooking his barbecue, and the smells just go everywhere. In addition, there's a boat show. We've got Sea Ray and Unlimited Marine both in town with boats, and at the same time, we've got a Stardust Houseboats Rendezvous, which is going to have some of the most incredible houseboats you've ever seen in your life. My favorite event is the Polka Run. It's the weekend after Labor Day every year. It's a collection of the most incredible power boats in the country. They come from California, Florida, everywhere. This year JBS is bringing their twin turbine cat that's capable of over 200 miles an hour. So it's an obscene display of money and power, but it is beautiful to watch. They run a 60-plus mile course on the lake, collect cards, and then come back for one of the best parties of the year. We'll have thousands of people on the dock. There's music with live bands. There's music on the party barge. It's a great gathering of boating and power boating enthusiasts. If you're looking for a place to keep your boat, State Dock is the place to be. It's one of the nicest marinas in the country, and we really take care of our customers. We have a bathhouse just for the slip customers. We have a fitness center overlooking the lake. We have valet parking, a water taxi, trash pickup at your slip. It's all about service at State Dock. Whether it's to find out more about some of the great activities here at State Dock or to take a virtual tour of one of our houseboats, join us at statedock.com.
Now we'll get Captain Jim to show us how we deploy the planer boards.
We'll put another big gizzard shed down. What I'm going to do is put it down 30 feet. There's 10, 20, and 30 feet. And what I'm going to do is to put it on a planer board to get it out away from the boat. This is an offshore brand planer board. And I put it in the clip. Now see, this is a release clip. When the fish hits, it pops it out. So you put it in the release clip, and then you put it on the permanent clip. That way you won't lose it. And the fish hits, it'll pop it out of the release. It'll go right down to the weight. And then you just bring the fish in. So again, these planer boards are very aptly named because you can see what's it doing. It's going to plane it right out away from the boat. And this one again set about 30 feet deep. So once we get her out a little bit, you put it in the rod holder. It's the rod holder locked down. Let it slide out just a little bit. And you pop her in gear, and then the speed of the boat will pull it out, and it'll plane out away from the boat. And there.
One big fish.
Now, was this the far outside board or?
No, it was the closer board.
Closer board, all right. Aggressive this morning. Don't let it punish you.
I'm not, buddy, I'm not.
Oh, I see him back there. Look at him.
He's hitting that other line.
I saw that tail.
Okay, raise him up nice and steady and slow.
Steady, slow, Craig. All right, in the net. Good job. All right,
Good
Craig.
job. One in the box, ready
First
to go.
keeper of the trip.
That's it.
What was his length there, Skipper?
25 inches.
25 inches, 24 to keep him here on Lake Cumberland.
That's right. This is a keeper.
And this particular fish really abused Craig. You know, really took him to the edge, as you can see. And so, but a pretty fish, a scrappy fish. Good job.
Let's
The bait we're using today is gizzard shad, which are indigenous to Lake Cumberland. I'll show you one here. One of the secrets people ask me all the time is, how are you so successful? The freshest bait is what gets the job done. And you have to go out every morning and throw your net and catch the bait. But here's a gizzard shad. I'll leave it in the net. I'll get it out here for just a minute in my hand. As you can see, they're 5 to 6 inches long. And what keeps the bait alive is the super bait tank. And Striper Fun is the national distributor for super bait tanks. These tanks, this is a 30-gallon model, have a stovepipe, a mechanical chamber. The water comes up, it cascades down through certain filters. What happens with these tanks is, or with this bait rather, is that the bait will drown on its feces and on its scales and on the urine. And this filtration system pulls the dead water out of the bottom, it cascades down through the filters, and then it blows it back through the top in a counterclockwise motion with an oxygen infuser shooting oxygen into it.
Boy, feel that head shake. Feel that head shaking.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, Craig, you get that down line, I'll get the net.
Look how fast this fish is.
I think it come out.
There we go. Fish, 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 fish. Yeah. Now let's look at these wild contraptions that seem to just catch all the fish over here at Lake Cumberland, the umbrella rigs.
All right, guys, this is a Captain Jim Special Striper Dominator umbrella rig. And it catches fish as pretty as it is. What it does is, I put 4 of these out side by side running in the water. You have 36 jigs in the water. It imitates its own school of bait fish. And the fish will absolutely burn this thing up on certain days. Usually about now, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning when it gets hot, the big predators will get down on the bottom, and we're going to run these over top of their heads and see if we can't get some reaction strikes. The secret is to make sure that you deploy it correctly in the water and that it doesn't get caught up. As long as it goes in cleanly, it will run cleanly. So I'm going to put it in now. So as you can see, there's 9 jigs running through the water. The jig in the middle is always a little further back than the rest of them. I'm going to go ahead and put it back about 100 feet. And at 100 feet back, at 2.5 miles an hour, it'll run about 30 feet deep.
Yeah. Now, Captain Jim, is that typical that when they
Yes.
hit that hard?
Yes, they are going to slam it.
Wow, unbelievable. He hit that thing like he owed you money, Craig.
That's
It's
right.
gone, you know. That's a nice one. Can you tell we hit that one that was the furthest back, Skipper?
Yep, sure it is.
There it is, just like you thought it was.
Put it in.
All right.
You were mentioning a minute ago the, you don't see a lot of houses and whatever.
Yeah.
This is a federal waterway. The Corps of Engineers owns the first several hundred yards everywhere. So this lake will never be industrialized.
Wow. It's a good thing, because, it seemed like we're the only ones here. No houses, no civilization.
You'll see some houses way up on the hill that are inside of the Corps line. One, or rather outside of the Corps line. And once it gets to that, then obviously they're not going to allow you to build.
Right.
It's government property.
It's beautiful.
All right, good job, Don. Working nice and steady. Oh,
You know-
yeah. He doesn't like that at all, does he?
No. And we've just seen these fish on the fish finder. And wham, as soon as we saw it.
I think this guy's a little small.
A little small, but still in the chartreuse color.
He's liking that chartreuse.
Something about this color. We'll get him up here. Yeah. Captain Jim, while I'm getting this ready to go back out, went back there and got the measure. 23 and a half, got to be 24, so Craig still got the early lead. But good guys always finish last. Wait, I got that backwards. How about finish first for a change, We'll be back here in a minute. Now, Captain Jim, what is it that we look for in this giant reservoir in terms of location and structure when we're targeting these stripers?
So what we're fishing here at Lake Cumberland, as you'll see here on the Raymarine C120, dual fish finder, GPS and radar, we have the river channels running through here. The old Cumberland River was about 100 feet deep and it was about 100 feet across. And you can see the river channel, and it's running right up against this wall. And as I can zoom out, you can see it runs all the way down here several miles until it crosses across. So as we can, there we go. And as you can see, there's little edges, little drop-offs every 10 feet or so, finishing the peripheral edge here of the river channel on these little drop-off humps. And then as we look back at the fish pond,
Too much for you, just let us know.
Well, I think I can handle it there, old buddy, but thank you very much for the offer.
slow us down to about 1.9. I'll help you bring it
Striper Fun Guide Service. Yeehaw!
in. Bait on the bottom. A lot of what you see too, these Ray Marina units are so sensitive, you see oxygen coming up off the bottom. So the lake's alive like anything else, and it breathes, and so you see oxygen bubbles coming off the bottom. So every now and then we come into a nice pod and school of fish. And then of course, again, as you can see, these are the little shelves that we're fishing as we come along. So what I'm going to do now is to take the Minn Kota and control it, and we're going to go out. We're actually going to fish right on the edge of the river channel. Now, there's a nice fish coming in down about 40 feet. You can see his arch right there, and then a smaller fish underneath of him. So we've got about 8 baits at 40 feet. We have several baits at 30, several baits at 20.
We're out here on the water locating fish. We're in our Ocean Kayak Prowler series kayaks. Don's in the big game and I'm in one of the Tridents. Using advanced technology from Humminbird, side imaging, we're able to locate fish throughout the various bays. The bays around here offer a tremendous opportunity to get out of the way, out of the wind, out of the traffic of power boats. There's so many bays, virtually limitless opportunities to get in and catch some quality fish.
Is the accessibility of water. As you see here, people enjoy swimming right off the back of the pontoon boat, right off the back of the houseboat, take the ski boat out, all kinds of water sports. And you know, water skiing is huge here on Lake Cumberland because there's so much water. Over 1,100 miles of coastline. So there's never a shortage of some quiet bay that you guys can water ski on.
For me, being at the state dock is the ultimate stress reliever.
I really like the privacy.
And I can go swimming whenever I want. Being here has been wonderful. It's just like having all the conveniences of home.
And as an owner of my own 52-foot houseboat, I still come to State Dock and to Lake Cumberland because it's absolutely gorgeous.
Lake Cumberland is just beautiful. I came here to create new memories with my kids, and I never imagined what a paradise it is. I thought I'd have to travel the other side of the world to get scenery like this, but it's just a few hours away from home.
I come to State Dock at Lake Cumberland because of the pure, clear water. You can look right over the side of the boat and see fish, turtles, up to 8-10 foot down.
A little bit.
You might get that out of one, but it helps turn its head.
Yep, we got the other one.
It's okay. Close to the boat, folks. Keep him in the water.
Get away from that motor.
Oh, that's a good one.
You get that keeperish look. Don't he skip it?
Yeah, he's got 20 pounds.
There we go.
That's a nice fish there.
There he is.
Here, you grab the fish.
All right.
Set that, and I'll take the net. Grab a good hold of it. Here.
Woo. Yeah. You get some length to him. Dude, man, it's one big fish, one big old striper. This thing came in and slammed a big gizzard shad. And you know, when these things come in, I'm gonna tell you what, they can hit about anything they want to hit. You know?
It's where a 500-pound gorilla set, right?
Yeah. But you know, the striped bass fishing here is so many different techniques. The goods, the bads, the earlies, the lates, the sun in your eyes, none of those excuses matter. When it comes time to, he's feeling like eating, he's gonna eat. And that's exactly what this guy did today. And didn't get away even though he's swimming another line. So excellent deal. And he is definitely one big fish. We'll get him in the box. You know, every season brings a little bit of a tweak in all these techniques and tactics. Captain Jim is now going to explain some of those little subtle differences that might make all the difference in catching that big old striper.
We're in the summer season right here at Lake Cumberland, which means the fish are staging here in the mouths of the creeks. This is Fishing Creek, which is on the eastern end of the lake. We had about an hour's run this morning to get to the fish. It's what you have to do. You go where the fish are. Here in the summertime, again, the fish have just finished the spawn. We're in mid-June. The spawn's a little later this year because we had some high water. So mostly the last few weeks we've been catching males, but now the big females are starting to bite. Captain Don got a real nice 20-pound female just a few minutes ago. And as we progress through summer, the fish will then begin to matriculate down towards the dam. They're going to, as far as they can go, down in deeper water. Right now we're catching the fish in about 30 feet of water. Here in about a month, the fish will move into about 45 feet of water. Into August, they'll be down in 60 feet of water. Through September, 60 to 70. And then as October comes around and the wind and the air begins to cool and the water begins to cool, the days get a little shorter, the fish will be moving back up into the 30-foot range, and then by November, December, the fish will be off the main lake and they'll be back in the creeks, and we'll be catching the fish way back in the creeks, anywhere from 8 to 12 feet of water. And obviously when we catch fish like that, we don't have a lot of down lines like you see here today, where lines right under the boat, because the striper is an extremely skittish fish. And that being said, you can't, put a line 10 feet under the boat, he's not going to hit it. All of these down lines that we see here, like here's a down line right here, down line over here, these are all 30, 35 feet deep. And that's how that works. So what we do during the winter months is we'll have more planer boards that are out. And for you viewers that haven't seen a lot of planer boards, the planer board is very aptly named. What it does is it planes the bait out away from the boat. So as we see the far out planer board out here, that is always your shallowest board because it's furthest from the boat. That board's set at 20 feet. The board next to it set about 25 feet. This board here is set at 30 feet. And then we have the same thing on the other side. We have 3 boards aside. And then back in the back we have slip bobbers, which work as planer boards, the same type of, except they don't plane out, but they have a release. When the fish hits, the release will pop loose. So the slip bobber we have furthest back is set at about 12 feet deep. The next one ends about 20 feet deep. And then of course with the down lines that we have out, 2 in the front and 3 back here, these are all about 35 feet deep. So we're covering a fairly major swath of water. And then if we start catching fish at a particular depth, once we do that, then we'll put everything at that depth because that's where they're going to be. And that's the story. Lake Cumberland striper fishing.
Well, we've got another Lake Cumberland striper on here. He's just a little fella, but they can't all be big.
Don't let a manhandle you, Craig.
I think I got him, Don.
There you go, thinking again.
There he is. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's a little fella.
Well, here he is, the big kahuna himself. 20 pounds of striper fun. I'm gonna tell you what, being out here today with Captain Jim, I'm gonna tell you what, you need to get up off the couch, get on the phone, dial that number at the bottom of the screen, jump on Captain Jim's website. You need to get out here and have some of this striper fun for yourself. So for one big fish, I'm Don Sweet, and we'll see you next time out on the water, looking for that one big fish.
One big fish, one big fish, one big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a largemouth, smallmouth, maybe even a brown trout. If you ever catch one, you know what I'm talking about. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a walleye, sawguy, maybe even a red eye. If you ever catch one, then you'll know why. All you wanna do is catch that one big fish. One big fish. One big fish. One big fish. All I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Might be a catfish, fatfish, or any other kind of fish. If I only had one last wish, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. Yes, all I wanna do is catch that one big fish. All I wanna do is catch